This is a stimulus update and daily news report, and a lot is unfolding. The IRS has a huge tax return backlog, but yet they're still sending out premature collection notices to people whose tax returns are in that backlog. I'll give you the update of what's going on there. Pramila Jayapal was asked the question, is the Build Back Better bill dead or not? I'll let you know her response. Also, this article, extra $200 January payment available for Social Security recipients after 2022 COLA increase. Here's how to get the cash. And grocery shelves are empty across the entire country. I'll let you know the update of that and when things should get better. And I'll give you some other important updates as well. Hope you're having a terrific Tuesday. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below. And I'm giving $200 to my subscribers. I'll talk more about that later on in the video. But first, DC prepared to enforce indoor vaccine mandates. So Washington, D.C. is going to be the latest state that's going to have the indoor vaccine mandate. So the city will send crews to restaurants and businesses to lead with education, compliance, and enforcement, said the deputy mayor for planning and economic development. Also, after verbal and written warnings for the first two violations of the mandate, Alcoholic Beverage Regulation Administration can levy fines of $1,000 to $2,000. So in D.C., with the vaccine mandates, looks like there could be $1,000 to $2,000 fines for any establishment not following those mandates. Also, got to some other big news here. Fourth vaccine shot less effective against Omicron, Israeli study finds. So Israel is probably the leader in terms of the world, in terms of the most vaccinated, the research too. And they did have their fourth shot, which was the second booster shot, originally saying that it was a good idea, but now they're saying against Omicron, it's not really affecting anything, which makes us question what is the next step moving forward if more vaccine is not going to help with Omicron. So more about that. Saying the increase in antibodies produced by a fourth-shot COVID-19 vaccine is not enough to prevent infections from Omicron variants, according to preliminary research at an Israeli hospital. We'll probably find out a lot more information about this. I'll keep you updated. In terms of COVID cases in general, so it looks like yesterday was at 712,000. It looks like we're past that big peak and it's sort of coming down if you look at it, but it's still huge compared to the other peaks, and Omicron just seems like it's unstoppable. Vaccines aren't helping. It's just doing its thing. Let me know your thoughts. Is there any way to stop this? Is there stopping it? Let me know your thoughts on all that. Why are grocery store shelves empty? Billionaire supermarket CEO says multiple choice of items to blame. So here is the reason, or I asked you this question a few days ago of if your grocery shelves in your area are empty. Some said no, some said yes. So in the people's whose area is a yes, here is what CEO has to say about that.
Americans in shock as grocery store shelves are increasingly empty. The winter weather surge could keep store shelves desolate even longer. My next guest says he expects these supply chain interruptions to continue over the next 6 weeks as Omicron cases hit the labor market. Joining me now, Gristedes and D'Agostino Foods President, United Refining Company Chairman and CEO, John Catsimatidis. John, great to see you. Just explain what you're seeing and experiencing in terms of the supply chain disruptions, bare shelves. What's the hardest to keep in stock here?
Well, it's a multiple choice of items happening. First of all, you have Omicron. Second of all, now you have the weather on top of it. Third of all, you have the price of crude oil is $83, $84, $85, $86 going to. And if Russia shakes a little bit around and makes believe they're going to attack the Ukraine, you can have $100 oil. And Mr. Putin will be laughing all the way to the bank. So what's happening in our country is Omicron is keeping a lot of people home in the Midwest and a lot of places, taxing the ability of warehouses to stock the product, load the product, and put it on the trucks to deliver to the stores. Now, what's going on? There's a shortage of truck drivers. So it creates an entire system of problems. You have a problem also at the manufacturing level. We've always had problems with Procter & Gamble, getting enough Bounty, getting enough Charmin. Our stores in the Northeast, in New York, we're fully stocked because we have a lot of alternative suppliers.
Do you think this issue will be solved soon? Are we going to have shelves full again? It seems like it's a cycle. Shelves are empty, then full, empty, then full. I guess there's a lot of different factors. Let me know your thoughts on that. So Americans visited the IRS refund website 632 million times last year as challenges swamp tax agency in crisis. So the IRS, where's my refund page on the IRS website, you could type in your information to see where your refund is, and there's still a lot of people who haven't yet received it from last year. Now, despite that, massive IRS backlog triggers premature collection notices. So IRS sent tens of millions of notices to taxpayers in 2021, despite their tax returns being in the backlog. Now, this is a little backwards. It's basically like saying if you owe rent to your landlord and you gave the check to your landlord, but yet your landlord is saying, hey, where's the rent? And you're like, I gave it to you. It's in your possession. And the landlord's like, oh, well, I have a big desk of checks. I'm going to have to evict you or send you some type of notice and collection. So it's kind of like that. It makes no sense that the IRS still has this huge backlog. They want to hire a lot more people, but they're not really tackling the backlog. So yeah, and there's no update from the IRS. So it's saying here that according to the report from the National Taxpayer Advocate, who warned that the IRS took too long to process taxpayer responses to its notices, further delaying refunds in some instances leading to premature collection notices, an occurrence that prematurely hurts low-income Americans. So the people who are suffering the most are low-income Americans here, getting collection notices, but they're automatic collection notices, and the IRS has the tax return information. They're just not doing anything about it. So it's a big mess at the IRS. And other news here, so extra food stamps 2022 update, bonus EBT $1,504 cards arriving now after SNAP emergency $95 boost sent out. So thousands of families in Georgia could find a surprise EBT food stamp card worth $1,504. So this is in Georgia, and they got a boost, as well as a few other states. So it comes after families in Michigan receiving SNAP benefits for emergency food purchases have started to see at least $95 more this month as part of the federal aid increase. So let me know if you're on SNAP. Have you seen the increase happen yet on your card? Should go right into the card. There's like a direct deposit. There's no really mailing of that necessary. You just have the card and you swipe it. But let me know, has your EBT increased? Also, this article, extra $200 January payment available for Social Security recipients after 2022 COLA increase. Here's how to get cash. So this article doesn't really fully make sense. So basically, the way the math works out here is saying for the 5.9% increase to result in an extra $200 per month in benefits, recipients must have received at least $3,389 per month in 2021. Is that possible? I didn't think that Social Security could be as high as that. Therefore, through 5.9% increase, you wouldn't really get the $200 per month. What's the top number for Social Security? Let me know down in the comments below. I think this article is just completely false. And then Build Back Better may be dead, but Senator Tim Kaine expects more provisions to pass. So when it comes to the Build Back Better, Pramila Jayapal was asked straight up what is going on with the Build Back Better. Manchin's not on board, Sinema's not on board. Is it going to happen? Here's what she has to say about that.
And yet, Congresswoman, to circle back, there is no path to getting voting rights done in Congress right now, in the Senate. But there's also no path to getting Build Back Better done, this big social infrastructure bill done. Last time you were on this show, before Christmas, you didn't think Joe Manchin had played you, had conned you and the progressives, and you were still very confident that it would get passed. You can't still be confident, can you? There's no evidence that Build Back Better is going to pass at all, let alone in the form you originally wanted.
Well, listen, I am absolutely convinced that it will not pass if we don't push as hard as we can. And I believe that Joe Manchin did commit, and I'm basing this on what he said after he went on Fox News, did commit to the president on a framework that had many pieces of the Build Back Better Act that we passed in the House in his framework. Now, there are a couple of things that weren't in there, and he said that to me. He said, you passed a bill that had things that didn't have, that had things that I did not agree to. And I said, well, we can just take those things out if that is what, we have to do. But let's at least stick to that framework.
30 seconds left. I have to ask, Congressman Ro Khanna from your caucus was on the show last week. He said, just let him write the bill. Call it the Manchin bill. Just get it done. Do you support that?
Well, I don't know exactly what that means, but listen, we are going to get something done on Build Back Better, and I think Joe Manchin is going to be a partner in that, and he is going to get this across the finish line. That's my firm belief, and I'm going to fight like hell to get it done.
We will keep following this story and keep speaking to you, but for now, Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, thank you for taking time out to come on the show today.
So the Senate is still going for the voting rights this week. They're still debating, I guess, deciding whether or not they want to skip voting rights and go back to Build Back Better. We still don't know what is going to happen with those two big bills, voting rights and the Build Back Better. Probably going to be broken up, both of them. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you updated. And that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is the tip of the day. I just want to tell you that you should always stay happy, no matter what. Even if something really happened in your life, you should always stay positive and happy and just move on. And you should always be nice to others, so others don't be you should always treat others nice, because you have to treat others nice for other people to treat you nice sometimes. Sometimes that happens. But it's really good to be nice to everybody. So, it should be really good for all of us to be nice to everybody. That's the end of my tip of the day. Bye!
Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all of your support. As I mentioned earlier, I'm giving out $200 checks. I have details down in the description below. You have to be subscribed to this channel, plus Wise Buys and Wise Vibes, my other two channels. And Wise Buys is almost at 1,000 subscribers, so thank you for all your support with that. And if you want to check out the latest video on my Wise Buys channel or Wise Vibes, I have the link right up here. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Be safe. Thank you for watching.